those Russians, they had a sleep experiment.
Oh yeah, I've read about it somewhere. Yeah.
What do you know about that?
Or whether they did some experiments on the soldiers that were supposed to be on death
Sentence.
death sentence. Yeah,
Yes.
death march. But
They were on the death row. They built a room for those prisoners, 5 prisoners. Okay. And the idea was to give them all the facilities, give them enough food. They have the books to read, all the necessities.
Oh god.
The only thing, they created some kind of the gases, and then they throw those gases in those chambers. So 5 of them, they signed the documents when they were promised freedom.
Congratulations. You have been accepted to take part in the sleep experiment. This experiment has been conducted for research purposes. If you comply with the following requirements, all charges currently held against you will be dropped and you will be automatically released from your prison sentence. Failure to cooperate will result in you returning to prison immediately.
If they survive. Yeah.
If they survive, when they saw everything is there, of course they had some ideas, those prisoners,
Yeah.
because the freedom is not free.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
There must be
A catch.
catch. There must be a catch.
There's always a catch.
Yeah, exactly. So they knew something is wrong, but 5 of them, they were agreed. They signed the papers, and then they said, okay,
Well, it's either that or they just die. So I guess they
Right.
try to.
Also in the history they say that some of them, they say this is a fictional story, but some say that this is real happened, because one of the incident, there were some few dogs had, they kept alive with the artificial blood circulations, and then for a few hours. So
Oh my god.
having connecting all those theories, and some of them, they say that this sleep experiment was real. It was a real tragedy.
I don't doubt it though. I mean, that those times really a lot.
So
of,
what happened?
A lot of
They-
experiments happen. Yeah.
Exactly, they kept them in the room.
Yeah.
The first week, what happened, because of those gases they were inhaling, it was going to the lungs, and what they have done to them, that was a terrible, it was really terrifying.
That's so inhumane.
Yeah, exactly, they couldn't sleep.
It's crazy. Yeah.
If you cannot sleep for a few days, what will happen? They just want you to see this.
Hallucination, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Start seeing stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna start seeing stuff that isn't there. You're gonna talking to.
Exactly.
Right.
First of
Oh
all,
my God.
the one of the prisoner, he started to scream,
Ooh.
and until he just heard, he totally destroyed his esophagus or his
Gosh,
throat.
Yeah.
Yes, he couldn't speak anymore.
Oh, that's gruesome.
But do you think that they could have a pain? They could suffer pain?
It really depends, I think, on that person. Sometimes they're like into a trance, like they get into like a certain
Exactly.
trance. You don't even know whether they could feel pain at that time. The body is very it protects itself, right, a lot. So
What
I
happened?
don't know whether they could feel it or
Right.
not.
He lost his voice because of this. And they decided to check on them
Yeah.
after 1 week, or maybe 7-8 days.
Yeah.
They decided to go inside, check, and then they made an excuse. Okay, we are going to check the microphones, because they put all the microphones, surveillance, everything, to check on them, to monitor their voices, what they're talking about, what they're doing, whatever, because this was experiment. They also didn't have any idea what they will do. So it was all pitch silence. Nobody was talking to each other anymore after 1 week. They were sitting on the corners. They have
What is going on? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
so they have the books. Nobody's, and one of them, he started to tear all the books, destroyed, and then when they got inside, they also told them, okay, we are coming inside. Anyone is going to do any crazy thing stuff,
Yeah,
he
so
will
we
be
gotta
shot.
Shoot them, of course, yeah.
But they didn't know that it was already, they were under kind of, just like you said, it's a trance
Yeah,
kind of.
under in another dimension, I guess. I'm already
The
gone.
fifth dimension.
Fifth dimension. Yeah, they're probably gone somewhere. I mean, not sleeping for a few days, maximum just a few days. Oh, I mean, we're talking about weeks in here, right?
Yes.
They're not eating. I
Right.
think that's a.
Oh yeah,
that's even,
they stopped eating. And the crazy stuff, you know what happened?
Yeah.
They had to do surgery on them.
Oh.
And then when they started to, you know, cut their organs or cut their skins, one of them, he said, do not stop.
Oh, he's liking it. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he said, do not
weird.
stop, just keep cutting. They came to know they started to eat themselves, eat their own flesh.
Yeah.
How crazy it
So
could
that's
be.
why they weren't eating. They were eating themselves.
Yeah.
Probably tastes better for them.
Maybe this
at that
is
point.
kind of conspiracy that they didn't want to announce. They didn't want to tell the world, the whole world. They didn't want let the whole world know what is going on and what is the actual story, what the real inside happening. They wanted to hide. So these kind of things, they're just crazy. And then one by one, all died there. They wanted to create some soldiers, those kind of armies. They don't have to sleep,
Yeah.
and they keep fighting
Yeah, soldiers like.
the soldiers
Yeah.
with the superpowers.
Superpower soldiers. Ugh.